I just love the imbalance. You really can correct yourself. You realize if you pushed a little harder with one leg or drawn in with one arm, your body kind of sets the machine to one side, and it's that cue, I'm not being symmetrical. So then that next stroke, you make that adjustment. But like in a boat, tips one way, you make the correction, you overcorrect like a pendulum until you find the center again. And then once you find the center, you go, okay, I've got this, but being a human, a machine or mechanism, there's that moment you then do it again. So you might go harder with the other side. And then you immediately get that feedback. Oh, I'm off balance. And then you go, okay, I'm going to correct. The pendulum kicks in again until you find that center of balance. And then you find you've got 1 stroke, 2 strokes, 3 strokes, 10 strokes where you're in balance. Then your mind goes, whoa, I've got this. This is really good. And then it's that moment you go, you pull too hard with one side, or you lean over with your head, and then you get the imbalance. And then you go, okay. Then it's that reminder. Symmetry is everything. Balance, symmetry, togetherness. And then you find, okay, I can do the 10 strokes, I can do the 20, I can do the 30, and you've got that sense of, okay, I'm improving. You can see that or you can feel the feedback from the machine. You can sit on a machine and your mind can wander. And if you don't have the imbalance, you can just be rowing along without knowing what you're doing. And the beauty of rowing is there's that art form. It's that the endurance, the power, the strength, the might, but it's that art as well. You've got to find that balance. You've got to row well. And indoor rowing without that sense of, this is existing in a real world where you have to balance, where your physical being affects the machine. Whereas if on a stationary machine without an imbalance, you don't have that feedback, you're rowing almost in an artificial environment. Whereas here I can adjust my feet, I can adjust my outboard, my inboard, the power, the resistance, and now I can set this up just like my single scull, and now I can have that feedback as I would in a single scull. I know when I'm rowing and I'm rowing along, I can see if I've pulled my boat to one side, whether my course has changed from one stroke to another. I can, at the finish, I can tap down, and the aim is to have the oars beautifully exiting from the water. And if they exit together, and I've got good clearance on the recovery, but then if I slap the water on one side, I then that's that feedback. I'm out of balance, I'm off center. And so when you're rowing in a single on the water, you have that feedback, that environmental feedback, which you don't have on a standard machine. But having this imbalance, you go, okay, my course has changed direction. I've pulled too hard on one side, I'm off balance. I've slapped the water with one oar, I'm off balance. And so you've got that interpretation that you can say, okay, this is what's happened. And I can say, okay, it's happened on the machine, this is likely what would have happened on the water. And that similarity between the machine and the water is so critical for rowing. So that the miles you do or the hours you do on the machine will pay off on the water. And hopefully the time you spend on the water it will affect how you go in on the BIOROWER, so on the imbalance. So you want to, it's almost like you're rowing, you want to row well so you can row the machine well, and you want to row the machine well so you can row on the water well. You have that nice relationship between the two. So, yeah. So I'll have one of these, please.
Excellent. Yeah, you just said, do you when you row the Six alone, do you feel the weight of the other machines?
Not at all, not at all. So you certainly feel the dynamic movement, and it's my body weight coming forward to the catch, and you feel just like you would on the water. The boat just rides underneath you. You don't feel the movement of the boat. You really just feel your body weight moving up to the catch. So it's your body weight moving up to the catch and then exerting your power through the water or through the stroke. At the finish, your handle speed ends, and then you feel the natural movement of the machine sliding back just as you would the boat, and then it comes to that point where the machine stops moving as the boat would, and then you start moving forward on the recovery, and you're just feeling your body weight. You're not feeling the machine at all. It's this wonderful, smooth, dynamic motion where you can only feel your own body weight.
So you say you could actually row a 6 or an 8 alone as well. You don't have to disconnect it all
I
the time.
imagined that I would be feeling the weight of all the other machines behind me, and I was thinking, oh, that's going to affect the amount of slide I have. It didn't affect it at all. I couldn't feel the other machines, and my movement felt naturally the movement of the boat.